Are you all by yourself this Halloween? No one to share the treats? Don't worry, man. Let's go on an adventure alone.
We're freakers, making for some deadly rides and intense horde fights.
Welcome back to Game Perfection, a passion project by Karmasur Studios. I'm your host, Karma. You are all by yourself in this single-player adventure. You know what it is. But for the formal announcement, Riot, shoot that title up, man. The best single-player games for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, Episode 3. Enough introduction. Let's dive right into it. Days Gone, released on the 18th of May, 2021 on PC and PlayStation. It begins very simply. You take on the role of a motorcyclist exploring an open-world zombie post-apocalyptic world while looking for information about his deceased wife and using crunchy, heavy melee weapons to slam enemy faces in. The storyline, at least, creates a consistent emotional undercut that provides Deacon with motivations beyond merely surviving for the first half, but it loses its way in the second half when the emphasis shifts to new characters and evolving relationships with existing ones, and I was left wondering why I was supposed to care. One of the more endearing relationships in Days Gone is Deacon's primary friendship with Boozer, who is also his best friend. You can also discover dynamic events that are taking place all across the Days Gone world. To fully complete the motorcycle vibe, I can't help but wish the soundtrack had a stronger rock influence. Deacon is forced to listen to a weird, underground radio station that plays the rants of a camp leader instead. NBA 2K23, released on the 8th of September 2022 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. This game features improved on-court gameplay, numerous retro modes that are fantastic for basketball history junkies like me, and a variety of other modes designed to keep you entertained for many hours. It has something to offer us despite having an ugly pay-to-win My Career mode. Starting with the 1982 NCAA Championship, the Jordan Challenge acts as an interactive timeline of Michael Jordan's illustrious basketball career. In a similar spirit, My NBA mode now provides a number of eras to choose from, including the Magic and Bird, Jordan, Kobe, and, of course, the modern eras. Additionally, the graphics and retro effects accurately capture the presentation of these bygone times. Thankfully, there are options to turn these effects off if you'd rather play with the regular, magnificent NBA 2K23 look and feel. NBA 2K23 is the series' closest representation of a live basketball game ever. Uncharted, Legacy of Thieves Collection, released on the 19th of October 2022 on PC and PlayStation. The Uncharted series has been a monumental success in gaming history, and Sony has made certain that no one forgets it. Legacy of Thieves combines two of the finest Uncharted games, A Thief's End and The Lost Legacy, for the PlayStation 5 and PC, with major upgrades. Both games in this package provide incredible action as well as an excellent storyline. The protagonist, Nathan Drake, is confronted with one final journey as a thief and treasure hunter alongside his newly discovered brother Sam in The Thief's End. The siblings set out to find Henry Avery's long-lost pirate treasure. This epic journey leads them from the Scottish Highlands to Madagascar in quest of wealth while being chased by other groups. Meanwhile, in The Lost Legacy, Chloe Fraser and ex-mercenary Nadine Ross seek the mythical golden tusk of Ganesh in India's magical western Ghats. You must discover ancient temples buried high in the mountains and foil a wicked warlord scheme to grab the artifact and spark a civil war. The Forest, released on the 30th of April 2018 on PC and PlayStation. This game is back on the list once again, but you know, it's the quality and brilliance of this game that keeps it relevant and suitable for every other list, and Karma knows its worth. You make the journey because of the tale you find there, with clues left behind by your son, who was abducted shortly after the plane disaster that left you stranded, unnerving finds, abandoned camera footage, and other evidence. It's a multi-layered and creepy slow burn. It turns into something of a horde mode, which I had a lot of fun with, as the islanders grow more persistent and hostile with time, especially if you build a stronghold right in the center of their hunting grounds. I've never had enemy AI terrorizing, stalking, or enthralling me quite as I did in The Forest. It's a terrifying survival experience that understands how to play with stress and convey a sense of realism. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim, released on the 28th of October 2016 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. The fifth installment of this series reduces the number of skills and completely eliminates qualities like endurance and intelligence. On the character creation screen, there is no need to stress over which talents to designate as a major. Instead of assigning major and minor skills, you choose from 10 races, each of which has a unique bonus. For more effective close-range combat, orcs can go into a berserk frenzy, whereas high elves can restore magicka swiftly once every day. These skills don't necessarily indicate a certain class option, but they work best with particular character builds. Although the Skyrim world is enormous and has an enormous amount of content, very little of it feels random or pointless. It's challenging to ever feel wholly fully fulfilled after playing a game of Skyrim. There is always one more important task to complete, and one more unexplored region to discover. It's a captivating game that engulfs you in a beautifully designed, fictitious world filled with consistently surprising stuff. Hollow Knight, released on the 24th of February 2017 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. There are endless pathways to take and secrets to discover in Hollow Knight's vast dungeons. However, it's also full of narrative, history, and significance, which is what really drew me into the 2D Metroidvania kingdom and made me want to explore every inch of it. The more I explored Hollow Knight, the more I was surprised by how much freedom and content it offered. I could very well explore in any direction and come across bosses to battle, upgrades to get, and mysteries to discover. But it's the ambience of this long-dead empire that makes the exploration so fascinating. Each region on the map has a unique sense of place, owing to the art, music, color tone, and sound. The majority of the best content in Hollow Knight is completely optional. Even while the quest to get an alternate ending will draw you in front of a lot more, you could probably complete the campaign without viewing 2/3 of everything it has to offer. But all of this extra stuff does not feel like filler, which is really commendable. Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, released on the 15th of October 2019 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. The elements of classic tabletop RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons are used in this game, but they are ingeniously tweaked to fit a dark story of violence, poverty, and a society on the verge of collapse. It combines some innovative gaming elements, like debating against 24 distinct regions of your own brain, to build a story that will stick with you for a very long time through smartly written dialogue and an expertly built universe. And yet, it finds a way to make everything enjoyable, and shockingly frequently humorous. Moreover, The Final Cut has a fully voiced cast and more side quests to do. The dialogue was written with extra attention. It can be bitingly amusing at times, leaning into the sadness of your circumstance while also being willing to tell you when you've done something stupid. Its complex storyline, the cast of engaging characters, and the scope of options all work together to produce a fascinating experience that begs to be savored. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, released on the 21st of June 2021 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. This one checks all the boxes for an excellent Metroidvania. It provides a massive labyrinth to explore, and you discover interesting new skills to unlock previously inaccessible locations, all while growing up and strengthening your character with powers and equipment. I'm a sucker for the genre, so no matter how many games join the space, that basic minimum is typically enough to bring me on board. However, when I explored Ender Lily's gorgeously imagined gothic world, I discovered that its hard yet enjoyable combat and a plethora of mysteries helped elevate it beyond some of its competitors. Ender Lilies is unlikely to tempt people who have grown tired of this type of game, but those wishing to scratch that old itch will find much to enjoy here. Ender Lilies is separated into stunning, aesthetically unique biomes, ranging from a mage's run underground laboratory to a fairy tale-like woodland. Each zone is distinguished by a beautiful musical composition. I looked forward to revisiting numerous zones, only to hear my favorite songs again, instead of Taylor Swift's new album, CARRION, released on the 23rd of July 2022 on PC, PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. It's a power fantasy in which you go on a rampage across a basement facility, scarring both armed and defenseless residents. CARRION's developer, Phobia Games Studio, is relentless in its commitment to keeping the game as true to the concept as possible, and it results in a game unlike any other I played, owing to a number of absolutely amazing moments. CARRION's challenges and intelligent combat encounters kept me extremely amused, even when I grabbed a defensive scientist and smashed them throughout a room, Hulk style. As you move through the underground facility, you'll unlock DNA strains that give you additional powers like invisibility, extending blades, and charging over obstacles. These powers, in true Metroidvania form, have both a combat and a navigational purpose, and each time you obtain a new ability, you'll be able to explore previously closed-off portions of the landscape. Death Stranding Director's Cut, released on the 30th of March 2022 on PC and PlayStation. A number of quality-of-life enhancements and player-friendly features are added in this new Director's Cut edition. The new firing range is a really nice addition because of the tiny input provided by the DualSense's adjustable triggers. Each weapon now seems more unique. In addition, there are over 30 distinct VR drills in which you battle against the clock. These are interesting small trials in and of themselves, but more significantly, they enable you to gain a feel for Death Stranding's fighting without the fear of losing any valuable cargo that comes with learning to fight while on the job. If you haven't yet seen its magnificent panoramas and overall sci-fi craziness, and aren't thrown off by the thought of a 40-hour fetch quest, this is the greatest way to appreciate its story with the least amount of friction. Although this is a director's cut, I can't help but think that the PS4 original more closely resembles the director's vision. And with this, we reach the end of the video, guys. We enjoyed bringing this one to you, and we hope that you've enjoyed watching this video the same way as well. do point out some games and add them to your download list now. If not, worry not. We'll be back soon with another amazing video bringing some super cool games for you. Till then, like the video and subscribe to Game Perfection now. This was Karma, signing off.